I always describe my childhood as just really, really loving and safe and good, just a good childhood. So right before going into high school, losing my mom was a pretty traumatic experience. I was 14 years old, so about a year and a half had passed since my mom had passed away, and I was invited to what I thought was a party. And I remember feeling really flattered that him and his friends invited me to this party. So I snuck out of my house and I walked about 3 or 4 blocks away from my house into what I thought was a party, but quickly realized it was just this guy and about 3 of his friends. And that night, I was raped. And I remember thinking when it was over, that my life would never be the same. And so I would say that's the scar that I referred to. That really led me on about 10 years. I was thinking about that today. From 14 to 24, I just acted out. I remember having thoughts like, yeah, I know this guy's not a great guy, but he's probably as good as it's gonna get. He's probably what I deserve. And so quickly got into another poor relationship and found myself pregnant at 19. Again, just found myself thinking, how am I here? I have this little life to protect and take care of. How am I in this situation? And I got down on my face before the Lord, like literally on my face, and just said, God, I am not good at making decisions for myself. I have not let you be in control of my life, and I'm ready to let you be in control. And I joke now, it was like the heavens opened, this is how I feel, and God was like, finally. So for several years after that, I was a single mom, and I began my journey of healing. And that's my heart, is that other women who feel shame, whether it's because something has been done to them or out of their own choosing. So my advice to a young lady or a woman of any age suffering particularly with shame as it relates to sexuality, I understand. And there's hope. I think as women, we really struggle with our identity. And we really try to live up to the other women that we see. And we think that they have it all together, or they couldn't possibly understand what we've been through. But we all have scars. And that's the other thing that I would really encourage women to be more vulnerable and be more open about what they've gone through. Because when I started sharing my story, I met really hundreds and hundreds of women whose story was not that different than mine. And that in itself, that community in itself, gave me strength and endurance and made me realize I'm not isolated. I'm not going through this alone. And that was really important for me. If someone had told me 10 years ago what my life would be like today, I would say, you're lying. There's no way. Oh man, I'm married up. I feel like I won the lottery with my husband. He was so good. I was so hard on him because, of course, at this point in my life, I was pretty guarded. We just celebrated our 9th anniversary. So that's pretty crazy to look back at. Just God's grace. It's pretty crazy that this is my life today. My name is Elisa, and I am scarred beautiful.